get started here. July 28, 2023, it's a special meeting for the Utica Common Council. This meeting will come to order. The Deputy Clerk will call the roll.
Burmaster, Friend, Irvin, Beatrice, Cosmo Testa, Durango, present.
And please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for deceased members of the council. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, there are three pieces of legislation we're going to cover today in this special meeting. And we have proposed resolution number 1, and it's the authorization of the sale of wine and beer to Delmonico's Italian Steakhouse. Anybody want to sponsor the legislation?
I'll move this.
West, second. Beatrice. Second. Okay, this is the sale of alcoholic beverages and possession of open container containing alcoholic beverages. The name of the sponsor is Delmonico's Italian Steakhouse. It's a golf tournament presented by ICANN. Monday, August 7, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Valley View Golf Course, 620 Memorial Parkway, Utica, New York. Have your votes on this. Your votes. I got a yea here.
6 yeas adopted.
Next piece of legislation is proposed resolution number 2, authorize the sale of wine and beer to the East Utica Classic.
I'll move this, Mr. President.
I'll second it.
Okay, the sponsor is the East Utica Classic Golf Tournament, Sunday, August 6, 2023, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Valley View Golf Course, 620 Memorial Parkway, Utica, New York. Utica, New York. Your votes.
Can you clear it? Okay, now.
6 yeas.
And the third piece is proposed ordinance number 3.
Can I speak about this piece of legislation?
I mean, we're just gonna make a motion to put it in committee, and the mayor's gonna do it in 90 days.
No, we're not doing that. So, I want to speak about this piece of legislation. So, this is,
Let me just say, the legislation's regarding intersection where stop is required, Bleecker Street and St. Anthony Street, 4-way stop at each intersection.
yeah, so here's what I'm going to speak about. I'm going to speak about this piece. So, this is where there's an intersection where there's a light that the Verizon truck took this light down, okay? It's probably been close to 2 years, all right? There's 2 intersections on the north and south. There's stop signs been there in a wheelbarrow, in a round tire, okay? When the storm comes up, they blow down, okay? So it's been going on. They were gonna put the light back up, but now they're not. So the main thing that we want done the last couple weeks, I've been working with this. I talked to Mike Mahoney, I talked to the police chief. What I wanted done right off the bat is those 2 signs right now, we need those 2 up right now. So as of yesterday, when I talked to Mike Mahoney, they told me that they're not gonna put the light back up, because before this, they were putting the light back up. So, and he told me new legislation would be coming down for a 4-way stop. So, what I want done, and I think you were involved in this too.
Yeah, I made some phone calls.
Okay, on Tuesday, they're putting the 2 north and south up, which is the most important thing. So we have a stop sign either way. So if we get a big storm tonight, it blows down and there's nothing there. Then there was supposed to be legislation to pass it for a 4-way stop. Told me that they talked to Chief Noonan and it was gonna be done. This, I didn't know anything about this, but I'm not gonna fight it, it's a good thing. If you wanna pass it as a 4-way stop tonight, I'm in favor of that too. I'm just telling you, this is my district, I didn't know about it, I knew we were putting 2 signs up on Tuesday.
And when you say putting signs up, you mean making the temporary ones permanent?
Yes, because they blow over,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand? And now when they blow over, if it's Sunday, nobody comes
It is a
through.
safety concern, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it's a safety concern, it needs to be done. But the four-way thing, now that they're telling me we are gonna not replace the light and it's gonna be a four-way stop, I'm in favor of that too. So if we can do it all,
Why did Mr. Mahoney not wanna replace the light? Do you remember, or did he give a reason?
there was a reason that they couldn't get it, or I'm not really sure the exact reason why, that they're not gonna replace the
can-
light.
We can
So-
pass this tonight, right, if we have
I believe
unanimous?
we can't, it's an ordinance.
If it's an emergency situation and it's a safety concern, I'm not gonna object to it, and,
I put my,
because if it.
Why
if
couldn't
there
we-
was
Stephanie, you were here the other
something
morning when we talked
We're
with
putting it
Mike.
on the record.
I don't know
Hold
why.
on, the judge is speaking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're putting on the record that this was not on the agenda. However, because this is an emergency situation that could affect the lives of citizens of Utica, I will not object to you passing it and just letting you know that it is subject to an objection by a taxpayer as a improper action at this time. However, this is emergency, involves public safety. Public safety knows about it. They're gonna put signs up there. There's no light there, as you say, is there?
Right.
Correct.
There is no light, sir?
No, there's no light.
There's no signs either,
No, there's signs,
but
but,
not four-way signs.
no, there's two.
We're gonna
ways.
put four-way
Yes.
signs.
Yes.
And yet that is the same for the protection of the citizens in that
Yes.
area.
Yes.
All right, I just
All right.
want, all right.
And I'd like to add my name to this
All right,
legislation.
one other thing, I just want Corporation Counsel to make a comment if they'd like.
no, I was gonna echo Judge, it's not on the agenda, so you can't raise it. I mean, I wasn't made aware that it was an emergent concern, no one brought it to my attention and said this needs to be passed. And just based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like there are two signs, they're just not permanent signs.
And they keep falling.
And they keep falling over, so, it sounds like it can be passed at a later time, or that the mayor and public safety commissioner can put up additional signs, and then it can be ratified thereafter.
Yeah,
But-
I just.
As long as,
Well, I think
my
that,
biggest concern is to get two permanent ones up.
But that's gonna happen in any case, you said, right?
Well,
Is
I
that what
guess,
you're
I
doing?
guess, but,
you can do two things. You can leave it alone and have the mayor do it tomorrow under his powers, and then the next meeting have an ordinance. But the four signs will be up.
but if we have the votes, let's pass it all right now.
Well, I think it's up to you. I don't think it's something that's gonna be challenged. I just don't want you to think that every time you come here at a special meeting, you can come here and put in legislation that has not been noticed. But this is an emergency
Right.
situation.
Joe, I
That's a
totally
little
get,
different.
I totally get your reasoning here. I think nonetheless, we should put it in committee and pass it next time. And in the meantime, the two north-south ones that you made reference to need to come off those donuts and go in permanently. And as the judge, I think we should put this in committee. I'd like to make a motion to commit this, please.
For what reason?
Because it wasn't on the agenda. Because we
Okay.
shouldn't get into the habit of,
It was the Utica Classic one, but you just voted for that, just as a.
well, that's a resolution though, so.
And the only comment I will make about the East Utica Classic is they're the exact same resolution with the exception of the date change and the entity that was gonna be exercising the, permit.
Right.
So they're very similar, people know what that is about.
Right.
And what was gonna be on the subject, the stop sign is totally different, I'd say the same thing if you wanted to do passing some other project, or approving an E&A transfer, or approving,
But-
And one
you know,
is a
anything else.
resolution and one is an ordinance.
Listen,
All right.
Right.
here's
We-
what
we
here's what I'm gonna tell you though. Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. So I see where you're saying this, okay, but we don't have another meeting until the middle of August. That's 4 weeks, okay, or 3 weeks at least. And it's a safety purpose. We have it here. What are we fighting about? As long as we brought it up and we're talking about putting the two up, past what we have here.
All right, right now, we have on the floor, she wants to commit. Does anybody else want to commit? Put it in committee? Okay, would everybody like to vote on it?
Yes.
Do I get, raise your hand? Want to vote?
Well, we can't do a straw poll on whether we're ready to vote, right?
I think, before you vote,
You need your-
I would be more comfortable if you amend the ordinance, say that this ordinance is a temporary ordinance to the next council meeting because of an emergency situation for public safety. Then I think if you pass it, you should be comfortable.
Okay.
Then at the next meeting, come with the permanent ordinance. that this is a temporary orders until the next meeting of the Common Council for safety purposes. Okay?
Yes.
So,
That makes me more comfortable. Did you make that motion, Councilman?
I'd like to make a motion that this be effective immediately but expire at midnight on August 16th.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Anybody disapprove the amendment?
No.
Then-
Midnight,
then-
August
Then
16th.
the ordinance has been
It's the
amended as
night
a
before our
temporary
meeting.
ordinance till August
the night of
16th.
Okay.
It's
On
the night
emergency
of.
basis.
We need a
Okay.
second?
I'll second.
All right, your votes. With the amended term in there.
6
Make a
yeas.
motion to adjourn, please, Mr. President?
Second? Anybody? Second. Adjourned.
Thank you, guys.